right. Mic check. Excuse me. Mic check. Test test. 1, 2, 3. Alright, sounds like it's working, and I kept accidentally pressing the wrong button on my controller to mute myself, so I just took 3 screenshots. So that's something. Okay. We are here because the banners have changed, and I didn't feel like streaming right away, and I gotta open tomorrow, so I'm gonna make this a quick stream. We're gonna first go over the banners, give it a quick little review-ski. Let's see, just looking at it, I would say Columbina 6 out of 10, Raiden 4. All right, weapons. 7 out of 10. All right, so here's my reasoning. Dang it, why am I coughing? All right, anyway, hold on, I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I think I got it out of the way. Got it out of my system, I mean. So Columbina on a baseline, this banner isn't great for her. We have Yehoda, so that adds a little bit of value, even though Yehoda's not great. But it does allow you to pull for a character that would allow for Ascendant Gleam. And while we can't have both Aino and Columbina on the same banner, I guess, at least we got Yehoda. So at least if you pull for Columbina and you get Yehoda, you have a way of getting Ascendant Gleam. Is that inherently good? Not really. But if you're pulling for Columbina, you're probably pulling for support for another character that you already own. Why is my... Okay, I keep needing to clear my throat. Give me 1 second. Let me just drink some water. I got my little emergency water, whatever. Okay. I might have to clear my throat again in a second, but you know, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm going to mute myself one more time. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. All right. Okay, I think it's better. Okay. So, if you're pulling for Columbina, it's probably because you already have a lunar character that you want Columbina to support. Or you have Lauma and Nilu and maybe Nahida, and you want to make a nice, like, lunar bloom team where Columbina is the main DPS instead. So, I mean, there's that as well. But if you don't have any of the Nudcry supports, when I say supports, I mean like the premium 5-star supports, not Lua, not Aino, not Yehoda. And for some reason, we don't have an Electro 4-star. I just realized that. What the fuck, Hoyoverse? Why didn't you give us an Electro 4-star Nudcry support for Flynn's? Anyway. And, you know, technically we don't have a Dendro support, but I guess Yehoda fits the bill because, oh, you know, she's part of Nefer's team, like, in the game lore or whatever. She works for Nefer. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So, if you're pulling for Columbina, you probably have one of those premium 5-star supports or DPSs, like Nefer, Flynn's, Zibai, or the supports, like Linnea, Inefa, Lauma. So, if you are going to pull for Columbina for any other reason, like Hydro application, I just wouldn't recommend it. She's not good on her own. She's not good with only 4-star supports. She enables lunar reaction, but it's like technically you can clear the content that she would enable without her if she's your sole lunar character. Definitely works great with Inefa as a wheelchair. Lauma, not so much as a wheelchair, just more so as an enabler, because Lauma is really good at doing bloom buffs, so you can do on-field Columbina or something like that. It has to be on-field Columbina with Lauma, because if you just run the two together and you're not even using Columbina as a DPS, it's very strange, because Lunar Bloom doesn't actually do damage. It's the characters that use the Verdant Dews to then consume them to do their own Lunar Bloom damage. Like, like Nefer's damage is based off of consuming the Verdant Dews, and it transforms her attacks into Lunar Bloom-based attacks. But Lunar Bloom, the reaction, doesn't actually cause damage. So I wouldn't even call Lauma Columbina a wheelchair. That's more along the lines of just, oh, you want to play a Nilou Bloom team, but technically make it Lunar Bloom. So you run Columbina, Lauma, Nilou? Anyway, Nilou. And then like one other character like Nahida, for example. Man, my throat is still... Anyway. And then there's Linnea. Linnea, I could see that being a good wheelchair. I don't have Linnea. I couldn't tell you. And I don't have Anefa, unfortunately. I know what Anefa does because I wanted her badly, but I didn't care to pull for Linnea, so I don't know what she does. I'm going to assume it is a wheelchair, but it's such a specific wheelchair. Like, Geo as a whole is so specific, whereas at least Anefa can be used on a multitude of teams. Hell, you can even run Sandrone, Columbina, Inefa, and Yaimiko, and you have a stellar lunar team. That actually clears decently well. So, yeah, if you have lunar supports, Columbina's great. If not, then do what you want. She's very pretty, though. All right, so Yehoda, there's no real reason to go into what Yehoda does. Everything that Yehoda does, Sucrose does better, or you have a different support that can do something that helps the team better than Yehoda does. If you're using Sucrose for somebody like Flynn's and you need double Nod Cry, I guess you could use Yehoda, but there's still better characters that you can use. For a Nefer team, for example, you can use Diona. Diona gives EM, healing and shielding, and that's at C6 Diona, that is. And I know that she's been buffed to work better for Stellar, but I'm just giving examples here. Obviously, there's Sucrose, but I already said if you have Sucrose on a different team. You can also use Ino if you're using a fourth slot for Nefer, because Ino does give some buffs. So Yehoda, not great in terms of giving value, but at least this being a Columbina banner, it gives a second character to get Ascending Gleam with. All right, and then we have Sethos and Auroran. I'll just make this very easy and very quick. Auroran can be used on Madwika Overload and Varessa Overload and certain other teams, but he's not great on Taser or Electrocharge, even though that's what he was built for somebody like Aoife, for example. But otherwise, Auroran is great for just off-field application, and he does do damage. So if you want to build him as a sub-DPS, go for it. Otherwise, just put him on Scroll, give him attack and ER, and you're good to go. Sethos is supposed to be a 4-star DPS, and he was primarily great when it came to Aggravate. For all of those Sethos wanters out there, go for it. For anybody else that doesn't care about him and you're just thinking about having another Electro character for a theater or something, I don't recommend pulling specifically for him, but hey, if you get him while pulling for Columbina, great. If not, he doesn't add value to this banner whatsoever. He doesn't work with any of the teams that Columbina works on, sort of, and yeah, its Aggravate hasn't been great in a long time. Raiden Shogun. So, Raiden Shogun, I gave a low rating because she's fallen off. She's beautiful as hell. She still does good amounts of damage. The problem is, so does everybody else. She is now one of, if not the worst Electro DPSs in the game. Sethos might be better. I'm not positive, but yeah, in her specific niche, like she's meant to be sort of like a hyper carry / team-wide buffer in a sense. I have to go back and read all her kit. All I've ever done is just use her and try to get big numbers. But if I were to go back and read her kit, like C4, I have her C4, for example. It does give a team-wide buff, and she does give a lot of energy recharge, so she's a battery. Her best set is still, to this day, Emblem of Severed Fate, and unfortunately that's not even that good for most characters these days because it doesn't give any crit value. So she's in a very like strange spot, and she hasn't received a buff, unlike her friend and bestie, Yaimiko, who is now even better than her. So it's crazy. But yeah, if you have Horan or Varessa, that's easily already better than Raiden Shogun. And they tend to rerun more often than Raiden Shogun because Raiden is an Archon. And she runs like once a year, if that. So, is Raiden worth it? If you're a collector, absolutely. And if you need her for theater, absolutely. Can she still clear Abyss? Absolutely. Can she clear Stygian Onslaught? Debatable, but yeah, she can, technically. But is she worth your pulls now? If we have some sort of information that tells us that in future Impact she will be great again, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this is an easy skip. It's more like a 4 out of 10, if that. None of the characters on the banner do anything to help Raiden Shogun. You could argue that Aurora and Scroll technically might, but Raiden's premier support isn't even on this banner, and it's weird that she's not on this banner. Kuja Asara has always run with Raiden, or at least that I can remember, and she's not even on this banner. It's just very strange that they put Sethos, of all people, on this banner. I know he was in some of the more recent World Quests, or excuse me, Archon Quests, but it's still weird to me that Raiden's premier support isn't even on this banner. So she loses value even just with that. And is Kujosara good? Debatable as far as like who she works with, Raiden. But at least she was like the one that, you know, could buff crit damage for Electro. She could do good burst damage on her own, and she buffed attack similar to Bennett. Is it as good as someone say like Eon-san? No. And I'm actually really sad that Eon-san was once again not on a banner, especially for Electros. Like, why do we have Aurora and not Eon-san? It's weird. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But this is where we're at. So that's why she gets a low rating. Weapons, though. Her weapon is actually pretty good for a lot of characters. Energy recharge, just as a whole, really good. And then it does buff attack for like whoever's using it based off of their energy recharge stat. So not bad, and it's universal. Like, you don't have to do anything to get it other than just have energy recharge on your character, and when you do stuff, you get more energy recharge. Specifically, when you burst, you get even more energy recharge. So if you're using a set like Emblem of Severed Fate on, say, someone like Xiangling, Rosaria, etc., then you get some good use out of this weapon. Excuse me. And then there's a lot of characters that can still use it just for the energy recharge and the base attack that it gives when you have high energy recharge. I.e. Eon-san, who I was just talking about. Xiangling, that's another one. Technically, you can use it on Shenhe. I don't know if it's good on Shenhe because it has a base stat, energy recharge, main stat, whatever, but I mean, it gives attack, and Shenhe needs a lot of energy recharge, so it might not be so bad. But overall, just a good stat stick, and still good on many characters that require high ER when you're not using something like Fav. But otherwise, Fav Lance is on the weapon banner, so that's probably better in most cases. But yeah, this gives way more energy recharge than Fav Lance, so that's why I say it's still pretty good. Columbina's weapon. Let's look at it. So for Columbina, my free-to-play option that I use on her is Prototype Amber. So I am going to base this off of my experience with Columbina, but I could give her Nefer's weapon if I want on-field Columbina. So I have Nefer's weapon. I could do that if I absolutely wanted to. All I would do is switch Nefer's artifacts to Columbina and then maybe go for HP percent sands and Goblet versus my EM sands that I have on Nefer right now. But all that's to say, let's look at it. Lots of crit damage, good. Gives a little bit of HP percent, okay. It's not that much, but it's still something. When triggering lunar reactions or inflicting reaction damage on opponents, meaning that if your character does something where their kit says, hey, this counts as lunar reaction damage, any of that counts towards this effect, the equipping character will cover energy. Great, she needs a lot of energy. 14 energy, I don't know if that's as good, but I have an R5 Prototype Amber that gives HP main stat, and it heals. So it's kind of tough to say. I had to look at Prototype Amber again. I think it's like 6 energy every 2 seconds for 6 seconds, something like that. So it's closer to like 18 energy recharge, if I got the numbers right, just going off of just at the top of my head without looking at the weapon. So for my energy needs, I am better off with Prototype Amber. Now for damage though, let's look at it some more. Receive the Bountiful Seas wine effect for 12 seconds. More HP, okay, more max HP, and crit damage from lunar reaction. Wow, okay, crit damage from lunar reaction damage is increased by 60%. So this is for anything that she does that causes lunar reaction damage, such as her like gravity collapse thing, or when you're on-fielding her and doing her charge attacks for lunar bloom damage. All that would be increased by 60%. The energy recovery effect can only be triggered at most once every 18 seconds. and triggered even when the equipment character is off field. That's not bad because most of the rotations will take you past that anyway, so you'll pretty much always get this effect when you need to switch to Columbina or while she's off field doing stuff. So that's not bad as far as like time limits or whatever. Is the weapon worth it? It's a good stat stick. It does give HP, and it does give crit damage to your lunar reaction damage. Is it better than something like Nefer's weapon? I would say no. If you're doing on-field Columbina, Nefer's weapon is actually better than this one, in my opinion. It gives a crap ton of crit rate, which is alarming, but it also does give a lot of crit damage to Lunar Bloom. Now, if you're just using this for other damage, like, you know, Lunar Charge, Lunar Crystallize, then yeah, this is great because guess what? Those actually do damage. Lunar Bloom does not do damage. The only thing in her kit that will do damage with Lunar Bloom is the gravitational collapse thing that does like 3 hits of Lunar Bloom damage or something like that. If you really want to buff that one portion of damage in her kit, great, go for the weapon. It's awesome. 88% crit damage, 24% HP overall when fully buffed, and then an extra 60% crit damage. Like, it's not bad, it's just like you don't need it. That's what it comes down to. I would say go for Constellations first, but it's a great weapon nonetheless, and she does like energy recharge, so it's nice that it has an energy recharge effect. I just wish it was better than Prototype Amber. That's all. So overall, I mean, maybe it is. Maybe I'm dreaming, and maybe it's actually better than Prototype Amber. I know in the future I might pull for it, but for now, I'm going to say focus on the Constellations. Now, the weapon banner as a whole, we do have Fav Bow, Fav Lance, Sacrificial Sword. That HP Catalyst that I don't even know if there's anyone that can technically use it other than just being a stat stick. And then we have the Bell. The Bell, the worst 4-star Claymore in the game, I would argue. People used to think, this is great for your Noelle. No, it's not, because Noelle doesn't scale off of HP. And even Dory has better options if you want it for someone like her who does heal based off her HP stat. And then, of course, the thing that Helioverse never fixed was that this shield lasts for 10 seconds or until broken and can only be triggered once every 45 seconds. Notice the 45 is in blue letters, or blue color. Usually, when there's a blue number, or blue something in the effect, I think it's always numbers, isn't it? Usually when you refine the weapon, that blue number goes up or down depending on what the effect is. For time limits or cooldown periods, usually the number goes down. So you would think that the 45-second time limit, whatever cooldown period, would go down, and you get the shield more as you refine it, and the Bell would be awesome. It's giving you this really nice shield based on your HP, and then your more survivability. And no, it's every 45 seconds, even at R5. It's stupid. It's the worst weapon. They never fixed it. That was clearly broken, or they should have never made that 45 seconds blue. This weapon sucks, and any banner it's on, it brings down the value easily by 3 points. So if this banner was, hypothetically, a 10 out of 10, it is now a 7 out of 10. Moving on. All right. Sack Sword on the standard banner. You can get it from the standard banner. That's it. You can get it from the standard banner. It's not even best in thought for Xingqiu. Most people will be like, oh yeah, this is a great weapon for Xingqiu. No, it's not. It's actually not as good as Fav Sword, believe it or not. Especially before it even hits R4. R4 to R5, you could argue that they're about the same. But on situations where it doesn't even proc, and I know this for a fact, that can happen because I was using sack frags on Sitlali trying to get dire clears. Why are you using sack frags instead of Thrilling Tail? Shut up. Anyway, so sack frags, I would restart, and every time I would switch to Sitlali and use her skill, I would find myself with a sack frags R5 fully leveled up, fully ascended, 80% chance to trigger the effect. I would find myself having to restart a rotation or restart a fight in Stygian like 3 or 4 times in a row. I think I counted the most was 7 times it didn't trigger. 80% my ass! If it was Fav, well, Sitlali doesn't scale off of energy recharge, so she wants the EM from sack frags. But if it was Fav and I was just doing it for the energy, Fav would have been better in that situation because you're more likely to crit and trigger Fav's effect because it has 100% uptime or chance or whatever. So long as you crit, you're more likely to crit with, hey, what are you doing? Lim Lim Bomb upstreaming, I'm sorry. You're more likely to crit with a Fav sword or Fav weapon overall than you are to get the sacrificial sword effect. And Xingqiu has a really long cooldown period on his skill. So Sac Sword is a great weapon for him because it gives a lot of energy recharge. Fav Sword's better. So you can get this from the standard banner. There's not a whole lot of characters that care for it. Kazuha, you could argue, it does really good stuff with this weapon. Jean does really good stuff with this weapon at times too. Let's see, who else? Who else is really... Dahlia, I guess. If you use Dahlia, really good weapon for him. Similar situation as Xingqiu. Nice thing is Dahlia actually has a shorter cooldown period, so you can get more procs of Sac Sword. So there are characters that this sword is really good for, but most of the time they have a better option. Kazuha, for example, has the Moonlight Sword. I always want to say Moonlight Great Sword because of Dark Souls, but he has this one sword that has Moonlight in the name, and that gives the whole team energy recharge based off of the wielder's elemental mastery. So more refined than that is better, and it's not on the standard banner, so that weapon just gives value to the weapon banner. Sac Sword does not. So I'm going to say if the weapon banner was a 10 out of 10 and Bell brought it down to 7, Sac Sword doesn't actually increase or decrease the value. It's a nice weapon to get, but you can get it from standard banner pools, and you can get it from the character banner if you get unlucky enough. So no, doesn't add value to this. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Wave Rider thingy-majigger. Decreases swimming stamina. All right, it sucks. All right, now I'm kidding. In addition, for 10 seconds after using an elemental skill, max HP is increased by 20%. For every Hydro elemental type character in the party, max HP is increased by another 12%, and the maximum increase that can be achieved this way is 24%. So 44% increase can be triggered once every 15 seconds. Now, some people might be thinking, oh, this is a really good like Kokomi weapon. She needs energy recharge. You get HP percent while she's off field, but it's 10 seconds after using the elemental skill. That's the key. It's after using elemental skill. So it's not actually good for someone like Kokomi. You could argue it's good for Neuvillette because he actually wants energy recharge, and you can use his skill and then do all his charge attacks. So like you could burst, do your rotation, and then get to Neuvillette, use skill, and then just start doing all his charge attacks if you're fast enough. Or you could just burst and then skill and then just do all his charge attacks and you get a boatload of HP or something like that. I don't have Neuvillette, so I couldn't say for sure how that works, but yeah, that's an option, I guess. Mulani, I don't know if she cares for energy recharge, but there's a free-to-play craftable in Natland that you can just make that and use that on your Mulani, so no, I'm not going to say that this is better than that. There's also an event weapon that came out not too long ago that gives HP percent, and I think it does damage. It does physical damage based off of your HP, and it can crit. Like that passive can crit. That's probably better than this weapon. So does this weapon have a home, a place on your account? Like, could it? Maybe. For like one character that I can think of, but maybe you can think of another character. Does this weapon bring the weapon banner value down? I'm going to say no. But I don't think that it adds value either. I just think there's so many better options, especially Prototype Amber exists, and while it doesn't have an energy recharge stat, it does help your energy after you burst at least. So there's that. But this one will help you burst faster because it does give you energy recharge at a baseline. Again, it's situational. I don't know too many characters that can use it, or I just don't have that many characters that would want to use it. There are just a multitude of better options out there. Sorry. Maybe it does bring down the value. I don't know. Favonius Lance, best lance in the game, period. Most supports want it. Most supports need it. Most supports use it. And it's on the standard banner, and you can get it from the character banner by mistake, which I have several times. Hell, even when I pulled for Sitlali, I think I got a Fav Lance like once or twice. Or was it Fav Sword? I can't remember anymore. I have to go back and check. Anyways, Fav Lance, what does it do? Same thing as all the Favonius weapons. You have crit, you R5 it, 100% chance to trigger the effect, boom, white particles for the team, and whoever absorbs the particles gets more than the off-fielders. It's just a really good weapon, and most of the time you would use this on most supports, and just put them on a crit rate circlet, or just build crit substats so rate substats, so that way you can trigger the effect more often. So Eon-san, for example, you want attack, 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 circlet, sands, goblet. Well, make sure that they have at least a little bit of crit rate, so that way you can do some normal attacks here and there after you use a skill, her skill. And if you don't trigger the effect by then what the fuck? Just get a crit rate circlet at that point. But otherwise, yeah, most characters can use this, and that goes for any Fav weapon. Don't use it on Bennett. But that goes for any Fav weapon. Any character that you're building as a support for, oh, I need more defense, I need more HP, I need more attack for this character, or something like that. Take a look at their kit, see if it's worth building those stats in the first place, and then consider getting a crit rate circlet, and you will almost always trigger your Fav weapon's effect. So, Fav weapon, good. Bell, bad. Fav weapon does keep value to the weapon banner, so I would say, yeah, if this was a 10 out of 10 banner, which it's not, I would say that this keeps the value roughly about the same. The Wave Rider thing, I'm starting to do a double take and say maybe it does decrease the value of the weapon banner. There's not too many use cases for it. I'm sure you can find one, but there's not too many. There's usually free-to-play options that you could just craft. So I'm going to say this does devalue the weapon banner a little bit more. Sack Sword, again, doesn't add value. And then Favonius Bow, you get one for free, but it's always good to have R5 of Favonius weapons. So it does add value because it's just really good in a lot of characters, including Yolan, Diona, Kale, I think is her name. You could argue that it's better. Well, no. I was gonna say it's better than like Stringless Unofficial, but hell no. What was I thinking? It's not as good as Stringless Unofficial. Hell no. Stringless is just way better on Official and way more necessary because Official actually does damage. But there's a lot of bow characters and there's a lot of people that could use this weapon. It's a low base attack, high energy recharge stat, so someone like Linnea could use it as well, even though she scales off of defense. That doesn't matter because, again, low base attack weapons, so it's good. Same thing with Yolan. Yolan scales with HP. Low base attack weapons tend to be good for characters that scale with something other than attack. And there's a lot of them out there. So, yeah, Fav Bow, Fav Lance, really good. Fav Lance has a higher base attack, which does suck, but it is what it is. That's just what we're dealing with. And there are a lot of characters that can use that attack. Eon-san, Shenhe, Rosaria, etc. So, yeah, does keep value the same or add value. Again, it's a standard banner weapon, and you can get it from the character banner by mistake. So I wouldn't say that it actually adds value. All right, let's see. Is this a 10 out of 10 banner despite the 4 stars? No. I would say that, if anything, Columbina's weapon, while good for Columbina, actually takes away value overall. Nefer can use it. Absolutely. If you don't have Nefer's weapon and you get this weapon, maybe you're pulling for Raiden's weapon or you pulled for a different weapon in the past where Columbina was on that banner and you got her weapon by mistake, and you have a Nefer, then yeah, you can use this on your Nefer. But unfortunately, the only thing it would be doing is giving her crit damage stat stick and lunar reaction damage stats, or like extra crit damage. But it doesn't increase your EM like Nefer's weapon does. It doesn't increase... Actually, it gives you HP, which Nefer can't even take advantage of. So, yeah, it's just... overall, it's just a stat stick. And unless you're triggering the effects, which is, again, lunar reaction stuff, then you're not getting the other buffed HP or the crit damage, for that matter. So that's unfortunate. I'm sure that Neuvillette could use this weapon, though, because you can put him on a team with someone like Inefa, and technically he would lend aid to the lunar reaction, so maybe... Let me see. Energy... Additional... Oh, no, never mind. It's still bad. It's still bad for Neuvillette. The 60% crit damage increase is only for the lunar reaction damage that he would lend aid to. He's not doing lunar reaction damage with his kit. It would just be the reaction and that's it. Whereas Nefer is doing Lunar Bloom damage, not Lunar Bloom reaction damage, if that makes sense. But yeah, now that I read it that way, I wonder... I'm sure that if you do lunar damage and not just reaction damage, this still counts. Like, this still buffs it. So even on-field Columbina would still like this. Like, the lunar reaction crit damage buff, it still would count for her charge attacks, I'm sure. But who else can use it? That's it. Just Columbina Nefer. Not too many characters can use it. So if you want it as a stat stick, it's not even that great as a stat stick. Neuvillette's weapon is better as a stat stick for the HP increase that it gives, because I think it gives more HP. If you need HP. And then Nefer's weapon is just way better in terms of just overall stat stick. It's one of the best in the game. Crit rate 8%. Are you kidding? And it gives crit damage at 88%. And I think I had to read the rest of the Nefer's weapon. I think it also increases your crit damage based off of certain circumstances. But I don't know if that's lunar reaction only or what. I had to go reread it. Oh, and it gives EM. But I think that's based off of lunar reaction. So I could be wrong. So Columbina's weapon does not give this weapon banner any more value. I would say if you are a diehard Columbina fan, get it. It's that's her weapon. It gives her more damage. That's just the bottom line. It will give her more damage. And if you want to build like the best Columbina ever, then yeah, get the fucking weapon. But as far as just account value goes, Prototype Amber is good enough, and it has served me very well. All right, Raiden's weapon I already went over. Does it add value to the weapon banner? Yes, I would say yes. There's just a lot more characters that can use Raiden's weapon as a general stat stick for ER and even attack percent. So yes, Raiden's weapon definitely is good for most people's account, especially those up-and-comers that are still trying to figure out like what to do and like they're just starting the game or something. Oh, look, a weapon banner. I want to pull on that. It's not a bad thing if you get Raiden's weapon, even if you're pulling for Columbina's weapon. So yeah, I would say it's fine. If you're pulling for Raiden's weapon, you get Columbina's weapon, it's not the same feeling. You're like, oh, shit. I don't have Bina or Nefer or anyone that really want this. It would just be a stat stick. And not a bad stat stick. 88 crit damage is nothing to scoff at, but it is still not as good as some other characters' signature weapons or free-to-play options, in my opinion. All right, so you could tell me I'm wrong and, until you're red in the face and stuff like that. That's your opinion. That's fine. This is mine. Weapon banner, I give it 5 out of 10. I'm giving it a fair shake. Most of the weapons, I know some people would say, oh, but the Fab weapons are so good. But at the end of the day, even though they're so good, and I just sang the praises of Fab Sword over Sacrificial Sword, they're still standard banner weapons that you can actually get by mistake from the character banner, which has happened to me plenty of times, especially Fab Greatsword. Like, what the fuck? That weapon used to stalk me. So that's it. So weapon banner, character banner, Columbina, 7 out of 10. Raiden banner, 4 out of 10. Weapon banner, 5 out of 10. Standard banner actually has more value now. Mona is actually not bad. Chi-Chi is actually meta now, so it's like, I always make the joke about standard banner, but it's actually looking pretty good right now. Anyways, so that's it. That's my character banner review and weapon banner review. Now for the meat and potatoes. I do plan on actually pulling on this banner, but as you can see, I have nothing! So I gotta do something about that. So what I'm doing is something that is kind of crazy, but every year, when I'm working anyway, every year I take a vacation. And every time I go on vacation, I take out a certain amount of money that I've saved from my kind of like backup funds, like my rainy day, whatever, that I just save and pretend like it's my retirement fund or whatever. I take a little bit of money from that and I will usually just go on vacation with it. To give you an example, let's pretend I don't actually have this in my account, but let's pretend I have $20,000 in my account. And I just saved and saved and saved and saved, and I have this big rainy day fund account. I would be okay with taking 1,000 of that out and just going on vacation, and even if I just deposited most of it back into my account, I would just have it if I needed it. Like, I'd be okay with just using that, just splurging, just doing whatever I wanted with it, because I would have so much money in reserve that I would be okay. That's not the case right now, but I do have a good amount of funds that I have saved, and I am okay with dipping into those funds because, unfortunately, this year I will not be taking a vacation, at least not a normal one, so I don't see myself going on a trip or getting out of the state that I live in or anything like that. And I am learning this because the more and more and more that I try to calculate these things while I'm at work, try to figure out time off and blah, 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 and coordinate with certain people that I would like to go see or spend time with, it's not working out. And I realize that, the best thing for me is probably just to take the vacation early next year, but then it'll just be next year's problem. So this year, out of all the money I've saved, I'm okay with spending a portion of it. I'm not going to say how much, but you'll see as we get into the pools, depending on how bad my luck is. So I am going to take a quick bathroom break. I'm going to pause the stream and mute the mic, and yeah, I'll be back. So once you see the screen come back up, that's how you know I'm back. So be right back. All right. Let me wait for my stream to catch up here. Okay, we're back. Good, good, good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do whale things on my computer. You know, I thought about this either today or the other day. I saw a video that was talking about like whales versus free to play, and one of the things that it mentions was like it was a survey, and it was like, hey, do you consider yourself a whale, dolphin, blah blah blah? And it was like a whale is someone that's spent 1,000 or more, but it was like under 10 or something like that. And then Dolphin, oh no, wait. There was like free to play, there was Minnow or Low Spender. It was something like that. And then there was like Dolphin, Whale, Mega Whale, Leviathan, something like that. So Whale, I think, was over 1,000. Mega Whale was like 5,000 or more, and then Leviathan was like 50,000 or some shit, like some grandiose, crazy number. I think Leviathan should be like 20,000 or more. I don't think it should be 50,000 or more, because there's a lot of people that would not spend 50,000 on this game. I'm sure there are people that have, but they would still be Leviathans, whether it's 20,000 or 50,000, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now and do the whale thing. So, let's see. Let me go to the website that I go to do this thing. Am I signed in already? Maybe? Yes, I am. Okay. This is the item in question. I want to add... Why is this not working? Add, please. There we go. Alright. Let's see. So that would get me 150. Holy shit, now that I think about it. Wow. Yeah. I never truly appreciated the fact that Hoyoverse has the calculations now on the screen. So it says that to the maximum you can spend for an exclusive limited characters is $475.20. And that's because of the fact that when you are spending money on the top-ups, the maximum you can get is 50 pulls worth of Primo Gems or Genesis Crystals, like when you convert them all. And it takes roughly 80 to 90. 90 is the max, but it takes 80 to 90 to secure a 5-star. Like that's where the hard pity is at, if you just get like really unlucky, right? So if you are going up to 80 or 90 every single time, then 3 top-ups might not even secure you a guarantee 5-star. You might still have to go all the way to 160, because that's only 50 times 3 in this case, so 150. So 4 top-ups would guarantee a 5-star, and the 4th top-up could be less than 100, obviously, but it's still 4 top-ups nonetheless. So it's like, wow, you could be spending like $400, and it's crazy. And I'm at 0 pity right now, I think. Let me check before I push this button and make the purchase. Yeah, I'm at 0 pity. Whoops, I keep accidentally looking at my pity. There we go. Wow. That's something to think about. I really should test out one of these websites that it's approved by Hoyoverse or whatever, or that people always shill on their content, like, thanks for sponsoring the video, such and such people or whatever. Loot Bar, for example, is one of them. I've always wanted to test it out with like a $1 pack and see if it actually hits my account the way it should, because I'm on PlayStation 5. But I don't think that it actually works. I think you have to be on PC for it to work. Now, I could just go to PC, because I have Genshin downloaded on my computer, and I could just claim the Genesis Crystals and then convert them to Primos and then go back to my PlayStation 5. But yeah, I just want to see if those other websites, Aniba, Loot Bar, what was the other one? There's like a couple of them, or a few of them. See something. What's the guy's name that talks about it? It's like his It's his main one. Because he said that he did all the research and stuff. Yeah, he has a VTuber avatar. He has white hair on the VTuber avatar. He always says, YouTube frogs! Or something like that. And every time he does his user polls, my God, this is taking forever. Give me the key already. Okay. I don't know what's going on. The purchase was made, but now I'm concerned that I'm not getting the damn thing. Okay. It went through. Can I have my codes, please? This is taking forever. Oh, God. I'm just going to have to keep talking. Anyway, the guy does, like, user summons. C7 Go? I don't know. He does user summons, and he always has a thing on the bottom that's, I guess a lot of content creators do this now, but it's 50-50s wins and losses, and then capturing radiance, like how many times he's triggered capturing radiance. So he'll do user pulls and be like, hey, okay, let's see how many 50-50s we can win. And sometimes people will troll him and say, I want you to do my pulls, and they're on capturing radiance and won't tell him. So then he'll get a capturing radiance and be like, oh my God, I have to add a capturing radiance to my tally. So for him, getting capturing radiance is a bad thing, because that means that he's lost so many 50-50s. But yeah, it's funny to see that. But that guy has his own thing that he uses as well. Loot bar is probably the most common one, but Aniba is another one that I've seen used by multiple people. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's C something go. It's like a number, the letter C, and something. And that was another one where you could top up or whatever, and it costs less. What is going on? So my money has been spent, and I am not seeing the code that I'm supposed to be getting. Let's try something real quick. I hate doing this, but I'm going to turn off my ad blocker. I don't think that has anything to do with it, though. I'm nervous. I just spent the money. Oh my God. Yeah, this is why whaling is never worth it, folks. Never fucking worth it. Ever, ever. It's never worth it. Oh my God. I am actually nervous right now. I am getting really concerned. Oh my God. I might have to call them and be like, yo, what the fuck? That's not a real laugh, by the way. That's a nervous laugh. Let's see. What could I do differently here? Oh, I have the order number. I have it in my email as well. Okay. I don't think they have like a immediate help thing. I would have to email them, I think, just to get some sort of help. No way. Am I screwed? Should I have just bought it from in-game and just not saved money? Wow, this is crazy. Okay, what can I do differently here? I could try a different, whatchamacallit, browser. Yeah, there's that. Let's try. Whoops, that's not how you spell com. C-O-M. There we go. I gotta sign in. Whoops. Turn that on. Alright, it's been a while since I've actually signed in. But my password should be. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Yeah. I hope that's my password. No, fuck. What was my password? I changed it, and now I'm trying to remember what it was. Ugh. Let's go to the other browser window. Still not loaded. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can get this to work, shall we? Ah, that's what my password was. Okay. Okay. Let's check one more time. Nope, it's still not available in that browser window. Okay, let's try the other browser window. Oh, I gotta put a verification code. Okay. My phone's probably about to go off. Maybe. Or is it my email? Oh, it's email. Okay. That's annoying. Okay. What the? I typed too fast, and part of the code that I just received didn't go through. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. I'm in a different browser window. Let me go back to the first one. Just make sure it didn't load yet. Yep, still didn't load. Okay, new browser window. Get code. What the fuck? Maybe the transaction didn't go through. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the money wasn't spent. Maybe I'm about to get a notification from my bank that this is an irregular purchase. I knew I shouldn't have done it this way. I knew I should not have done it this way. Wow, this is turning out to be a great stream. Just me figuring out what the hell is wrong with my money. I love this keyboard. It's so loud. I like loud keyboards. It's a weird thing with me, but I like that. Oh, wrong one. Okay. No, it shows. Okay, yeah, it's pending. So it's there. So it'll clear tomorrow, but yeah, this is starting to be concerning. Okay. Oh shit. Let me see if I can't find a phone number for these guys. Oh man. Do they even have like a online chat thing? My code isn't loading. I've been streaming for 53 minutes already. I'm gonna say it's been 10 to 20 minutes. Let's see. How long does it take to receive my key after purchase? Instantly, once your payment is processed. Right, if your pre-order a little different. Released confirmation. Yeah. Yep. My orders. Yep. Well, it's not a pre-order type situation. And the confirmation email was there. damn it. It's email. Didn't get my code. Says available shortly. Alright, let me check the other browser one more time and refresh it and see if it's fixed itself. Nope, it still says the same thing. Order number. Subject. I made a purchase for 4 codes. For anyone listening to me typing, 4 codes does not mean $400. I purchased like some things from this website that I use that has usually worked, and it allows me to add money to my PlayStation wallet balance, and I do plan on using part of it for another game, not just Genshin Impact. The codes are not loading. Description: I made a purchase for all right. And let me open it up in another browser again. Still nothing. Okay. I have also used an alternate browser, and it still doesn't work. That browser had no history, and I accepted cookies every time. Prompted and made sure to turn ad blockers off. Okay. I hate that it's an email and that I can't just talk to someone or chat with someone, but this is just gonna have to be how this gets done. This really sucks. I wanted to make a video out of this, but I don't think I'll be able to do it today. This is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Oh my god. It'd be one thing if it was like one of the 4 codes loaded and then the other 3 were catching up, but not one code has loaded. And according to this, I ordered it at 0 minutes. So 0 minutes after the hour. So according to this, I got it 15 minutes ago. Okay, so it wasn't 20 minutes ago, but 15 minutes ago, and it's still not giving me my freaking codes. I've used one browser window. I don't have Firefox, so I can't use that. I don't have ad blocker turned on, which I usually do, and I still get my codes just fine. Oh, wait. Nope. Motherfucker! It buffered for a longer duration and still said available shortly. Oh my god. I think after this I might not ever do this again. This is way too inconvenient and way too scary. Oh my god. Let's try... It buffered for a long time again. Okay, I'm going to try clearing history. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to close my Google Chrome window because I'm now seeing that it says relaunch to update. So that tells me it's probably running slow, but the weird thing is I was on a different browser anyways. So I don't know. I do not know. Like, it wouldn't even be that if it was the case of I didn't update my Chrome right away. I was in a different browser and it still didn't work, so it's not even just tied to Chrome. Oh my god, I have to verify that I am the owner of the email address. Oh, okay, it worked. All I had to do was click on the... Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that was a legitimate email. And it says their team is already working on it. I got another email confirmation pretty much right away. I hope so, because this is fucking ridiculous. Alright, let me see if I'm still signed into my own account or if I need to re-sign in after reloading the window. Nope, still signed in. Okay. Still says available only. I might need to clear the history. That's going to be my next step. Man, I have a lot of YouTube windows up. I really got to stop doing that, having so many tabs of YouTube videos up. Or, I don't know, watch them. Good lord. I really like this guy for Yoimiya content, though. Every 5-star that needs to be fixed. That's an interesting video. Okay. Oh god, turn my ad blocker back on. Some of these websites have way too many fucking ads. Akasha has so many pop-up ads on the side of the thing. Alright, let's refresh Akasha. There we go. Akasha's back where it needs to be. Oh shit! My Yaimiko... Wait, did I already check this before? It doesn't say new. Okay, I must have checked this before and I forgot about it. My Yaimiko is a top 1% stellar conduct build. Hell yeah, she has the most crit value on my account and my Yaimiko is top 1%. Let's go. Let's check her out real quick while I'm waiting for this shit to go through. Alright, here are her stats. Here is her crit value, or crit, not value, but crit, overall crit numbers. And then weapon is Nivelets, because this is how I knew that Nivelets was technically a better stat stick than Columbina. And you can even get like charge attack damage, which I can do that with my Yaimiko. Is it better than Witsit? Probably not. I think Witsit might be better. I don't know. But the fact that I have an attack goblet now instead of a sand, or instead of an electro goblet, I think it doesn't matter because I have over 2,000 attack. Maybe I should go for an EM Sands or something on my Yaimiko. But look at that! It's so pretty! Okay, anyway. Constellation 1, Talents, Triple Crown, because why not? And then, yeah, Yaimiko. Level 90, because I did level 90 all my characters. Not all of them, but a good portion of my characters after I got this special weapon skin. So I said, fuck it! there's no other goal that I need to achieve on this account. So there's my Yayamiko, there's the crit value. Have fun looking at the screen for a little bit while I reload all of my tabs little by little here. Oh my goodness. Refresh. No, okay, yep, clearing the cookies now. That's the next step. Open history. Delete browsing data. So we want to do... that's fine, keep that. I'm probably going to have to retype all my passwords. Site settings. I have site settings. Maybe I don't mess with that. And then all time. Okay, let's delete. This is going to take a while. I really should start clearing my history more. Oh, wow, that was actually fast. Okay, I got to refresh all my windows and re-sign in. Yep, even my email. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, wait, I'm signed back into my email. Was that automatic? Genshin daily check-in. Yeah, I gotta re-sign into that. It's so hot in my room right now. I should turn on the fan and just mute myself for a little bit. Alright, I got all my check-ins done. Refresh YouTube. Okay, yeah, I'm still signed in my YouTube. Refresh YouTube Studio. I'm just wasting time at this point. Refresh the website that I just made purchases from. Okay, I actually do need to re-sign in. Okay. The verification code again. Let me make sure I typed that correctly. Yes, I did. All right. I had to second guess myself there. All right, I'm signed in to the website that I made the purchase from after clearing all my cookies and history and all that stuff. Oh, let me turn off ad blocker again and then refresh. There's the cookies thing, accept. Okay, turn it back on. All right, here we go. Get code. Fuck! All right, it's still not working. Well, that's the end of this stream, probably. That sucks. There's nothing I can do. I can't do my pulls without the money, without the thing. Oh, I gotta log back into Twitch. Holy shit. Is that my password on Twitch? Huh. Well, that's interesting. I knew I changed it, but I forgot what I changed it to. Alright. Thank God for the memory thing. The browser memory thing. Alright. And two-step, of course. There we go. I'm signed into Twitch again. Now I'm actually in there as a viewer. Okay. Oh, I got another email from that website that I made the purchase from. Try hide code next to your order and then select get code again. Refresh the display and helps the code load properly. This does trick. If you're still having issues, please don't hit it. Oh god, are you kidding me? That's the solution? I already did that like 50 times. Yeah, it's still not working. Okay. Okay. Still nothing. Lots of typing, but nothing actually happening. Hide code, get code, hide code, get code, hide code, get code. There was an error getting your key. Please try again later. Yeah, of course. Because I've tried a million times and nothing's fucking working. Let's try the other window again. There's an error getting... Oh my god. I've tried too many times. I broke the system. This is ridiculous, man. No, I don't want to launch Microsoft Edge every time I start up my computer. God. Now I've tried so many times that I gotta wait a while before I can try again. Alright, let's try clearing the history on Edge. For all time. Continue using extension on the... I don't use extensions. What the fuck are you doing? All that are from previous versions. I don't know what any of this is, but clear it all. Clear all the history and cookies from Microsoft Edge. Alright, refresh the window. Yep, gotta re-sign in again. Oh, accept the cookies. There we go. Whoops. Go. Verify myself again. Gotta love two-step authentication. Alright, there it is. Okay, went through. Let's see if I got the code. Oh, it's buffering for a long time. Ooh, this... Oh, yes! It finally went through. Oh, thank God. And of course it was on Microsoft Edge. Alright, let me see if that technically would have worked on Chrome. Anytime Chrome, there we go. Yeah, it worked on Chrome. Alright, this is technically going to pause my screen, but not pause the stream. So, I'm going to go in and redeem those codes now. ASAP! I'm never doing this shit again. Ever again. I'm just going to try using one of the Genshin top-up sites in the future. The only reason I did it this time, if I'm being completely honest, is because I want to buy the DLC for, oops, I'm typing this wrong. The DLC for Dragon's Dogma. So that's another reason I went through this website that I'm going through. There's one. There we go. Next code, please. So yeah, this isn't just for Genshin, as far as why I did this. But in the future, I think I'm just going to say, fuck it, and either I'll just use a Genshin-specific website that people are always rambling about in their sponsors, or I'm just going to do one at a time or something, because I feel like I broke their website by doing it the way that I did. Alright. There we go. That's 4. Or that's 3 now for the 4th one. And then... There we go. Wait, there's a wallet limit? Oh, shit. I can't redeem the 4th code. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get back on Genshin. And actually buy it. Okay. I don't know if that actually paused the stream or not, if I'm being honest, or if it paused my sound or anything like that. I'll see it on the VOD. But when I make a video, I notice that it completely pauses the video. And so when I uploaded a video not too long ago where I did that, where I was like redeeming codes and stuff off camera or whatever, it ended up pausing the video and then like, or no, if you were watching the video, it's like it did a time skip. So I was like, all right, here I go. I'm gonna check and see if it pauses the video in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. And it was weird to look at it that way. But yeah, okay, gonna do the whale thing here, and just get this out of the way. All right, it's done. Give me my crystals. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna go back and redeem the last code. Broadcasting only mic audio. Okay, yeah, it does. It is getting my mic. All right, cool. Just saw that message. All right, I'll just use my controller for this last one. I'm not going to use the keyboard. And then, all right, and the last one. All right. And redeem. There we go. Okay. Back to Genshin. Alright. So I already know this is going to take me quite a bit, so I'm just going to do this one now. Just get that out of the way. There. Okay. The whale thing is done. Let's go ahead and make a video! Oh, God. And the worst part is, I might spend more than that. So, I might have to go through this again while I'm recording the video, and that would be so much worse. Oh, God. Drinking water. Or as Stephen He would say, drinking water! Alright, anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and start the video here in 3, 2, 1. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Camille_Mobwin here with Genshin Impact. I thank you for joining me on this little adventure. You read the title. You know what it's about to be about. So let's do a quick banner review and then we'll get into the context of how I'm going to do this. Columbina banner, 6 or 7 out of 10. Raiden banner, 4 out of 10, easily. And then the weapon banner, 5 out of 10. That's it. That's my review. I'm not going to sit here and go over specifics. You want to see the review? Go watch the stream that I just did for like an hour while I was being a nervous wreck about everything leading up to the creation of this video. So have fun with that, trying to figure it out if you see this video before you see the VOD. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing here, as you saw on the title of the video, it's all about Columbina. I have a Nefertine that I'm so close to doing over 20 million damage with, and I want Columbina constellations. It's going to be a while before she reruns, most likely, and I don't want to wait to get her C2 till then. I'm not going to go into context as to why I'm spending the amount that I'm spending. Just know that I am spending safely and I'm being very careful about what I do. And I am not spending this money because I'm bad or I lack skill or I am unable to clear content. I'm simply doing this because I enjoy this game as a hobby and I enjoy the characters that I want Columbina to be supporting. And I actually like Columbina. She, if you look at her splash art here, and just her character as a whole, she comes really close to looking like a very specific character that I have created in my own writings. And her name is Mobwin, which is part of my name, Camille_Mobwin. If you want more context on that, I mean, feel free to leave me a comment, and maybe I'll invite you to a call or something like that on PlayStation, or I don't know. But yeah, it's just, this is one of my favorite characters in the game, not because I think she's super powerful or anything. I just really like her character. I like her playstyle. It's very simple, straightforward. She helps me do a lot of damage. I want to see big number. I want to see Nefer go boom. So here we go. I'm going to be pulling for Columbina. So I hope that you enjoy it, because I know I'm gonna suffer. As far as my pity, what the hell? As far as my pity is concerned, I am currently at 0 pity going into this banner. I got Lolly at C2, and that was at a guarantee because I finally lost a 50-50 after winning like 5 times in a row. I think it was 5. So I have a 50-50 loss under my belt. This is a new 50-50. Let's get into it. So let me get my little notebook here so I can actually count the pulls and make sure I don't lose count. Again, I have no single pulls necessary. I'm not at any pity whatsoever. Oh, I should probably email that company back and say everything worked out. I'll deal with it later. So, starting with 10. Okay. I can skip this because I already have every character on this banner, so there's nothing new. Hey, look, a constellation that I didn't have. Okay, cool. I wonder what that makes me now. Alright, and here we go. The start of the Genesis crystals. Yes, I have a lot of Genesis crystals. I had some in reserve, and I made some purchases. I don't recommend you do it! Again, this is just something I'm doing for a hobby. And as far as context goes, I've already given it on stream. So go watch the VOD if you want to know why I'm okay with doing this. 20. Alright, no earlies there. Oh! Okay, that last one was C6. Okay. 30. I was just talking about this weapon. I don't even use it anymore. That's so sad. 40. Okay, still no early. Okay, Yehoda Khan. We'll take it. I want more constellations on my 4 stars. 50. Oh shit! Is this about to be? Okay, not the first one, but so this is 41, 42. 3? Oh, that's unfortunate. It's another early, though. The last early I got was a 50-50 loss, and I think I was at... I think I was at 50 to 60 pity. I originally thought it was 40 to 50, but this one was actually 40 to 50. That's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. We'll start counting singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was it. Yeah, we're at 7 pity. So let's start over. 7. We'll do some single pulls here. 8. Sethos, nice. 9. And 10. Oh, I don't even know what my constellations are on Sethos. I know I'm not C6 Yehoda. So that's still gonna take some time, but I don't know if I'm on C6 Sethos or not. All right, 20. What the fuck? Not even 20 pity? Or is it gonna be the 20th? Let's see. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, damn it, 18. Oh, I forgot that the whole screen goes black. What the fuck? 2 earlies? Okay. 1, 2. I will take that. I'm not going to accept the constellation just right away. I am going to do a damage showcase. That's going to be on stream, though. So go ahead and head on over to... I'm not good at this. You can tell I'm not good at this. Twitch.tv/Kemuel_Mobwin if you want to see that. Whenever I do stream, I don't have a stream schedule, so just leave a comment and you'll find out. All right. I'm at 2 pity right now. So 3. 4. I gotta actually mark this down. 5. Imagine. Okay. 6. Okay. 7. All right. 8. Oh, I almost skipped that. Oh my god, again? 9. I'm not even gonna look at that book. And 10. Alright, we're at 10 pity again, if I did that right. I hope I did. And now 20. I was about to say. Alright, it's probably... Wow! Hey, Aurora, you're acting like Xing Shou now, you fucking stalker. Okay, that was 20. That was 20. Let me mark it down. 20 pity again. 30. Alright. God, it's so hot. Stop stalking me! Alright, 40. Oh, Yehoda C6. Okay, well, I was wrong earlier. 50. Oh, I'm running out. What the fuck? One. Oh, that's 41, technically. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yo! Oh, holy shit! Oh shit! I was like, double? Alright, that's 1 pity. That's C2. That's what I was shooting for. I feel kind of stupid for the amount of funds that I was willing to risk that it's technically already been spent, sort of. I use the PlayStation wallet whenever I'm funding my gaming activities. Oh my god. Should I just go for the weapon? How much do I got left? That's 30 pulls? Just a little bit over 30 pulls, I think. Let me see. 16, 32, 48. That's 30 pulls. So I think I might go for the weapon. Oh my god, I'm gonna get another engulfing, aren't I? Wait. I have some pity built up. I have 5 pity. Okay, I'm at 1 pity on, I'm in the right character. I'm currently at 1 pity on character. So weapon, 5. Okay, fuck it. Let's just go for the weapon. 6. Okay, I was writing it in my book, so I wasn't looking at the screen. 7. Oh, I got a 4-star. Hey, look at that. 8. And 9. And 10. Okay. Now how much do I have? Okay, I still have enough for an extra 30 pulls. So this is 10 pity. So now this makes 20. Okay. Hey! Yes! I need more Yansons. I will take that. Why can't I get characters on the character banner that aren't on the character banner? I have to get them on the weapon banner. I'll still take it, though. Alright, so that was 20. 30. Oh! That's the worst thing. That's the biggest sign that I'm gonna regret everything I'm doing right now. That's the biggest sign. 30 pity. 40. My mouth was wide open. I was like, no way. And then, boom. Okay, 1, 2. I mean, it's gonna be 9. Oh my god. Just to add insult to injury, just give me something else. That's not the weapon. Oh my god. I was right at... Look, I got no more pulls left. I was right at... Oh, shit. Okay, well that was 9 pity again, so I do have a single pull. Alright, that's 10, but that was so many earlies. I'm at 10 pity now. So I was at 20 pity going into 30, and I got the 5-star weapon. 20 into 30. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so I might have enough. Not enough. Like, I don't mean like I might have. I definitely have enough. It's just a matter of, do I want to spend it? Okay. Let's see. Let's do the whale thing. Boom. All right. 50 more pulls. So I have 10 pity. Ooh, God, that would have been bad. All right. Well, actually, that wouldn't have been so bad because I have a quaint fate, so it's not like I would have accidentally spent them. All right, 10 pity. Can I get it? Can I get another early? 20. All right. Damn, I got the weapon that I made fun of. 30. Okay. Hey, Kachina. Oh, I already have C6. Okay. Well, I got 5-star glitter. 40. All right. Oh, no, come on, stop it! Stop doing this to me every time. Every time. I'm not going to get the weapon. I just, yeah, it's going to be like a pity situation. Oh, my God. 50. Oh, my God, the fucking bell. Oh, I have C6 Eva? I didn't even realize I had C6 Eva. Oh, this is the last one. 60. No! Oh my god. That's it? Oh god. Okay, so weapon banner pity is how much? It is 70. It's 70 to 80. Because character pity, soft pity is at 74, and then 80 is like hard pity territory. But technically you can go all the way to 90. So weapon banner, it's 70 to 80. I am currently at 60, which means technically I could get it in 10 pulls. I'm going to break a rule here. I am going to break a rule here and do something that I don't want to do. But this would mean that I have reserves for a certain other thing, because I don't want to spend another $100. I'm going to spend Star Glitter. And I'm going to be such a pain in the ass that I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm so sorry that you're going to sit through me doing this shit. But if you're watching, hey, welcome to the channel. This is how I do shit. I min-max every fucking thing that I can. Let's do it. 61. Oh god. I'm gonna keep doing this. This is not funny, but I can't help but laugh. 62. Oh no. Oh man. 63. Hey, it was worth it. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, that was technically another early. Although you could argue that, let me think, hold on. If 74 is soft pity on the character banner, then 64 would be soft pity, no? So I was right under, that's technically early. I was right under soft pity, if that's how it works on the weapon banner. Oh my god. It's not funny. It's not. I'm laughing, but I'm not like laughing. Okay, do I even have, maybe, what's this? Fissures of Hidden Depths. Oh, those guys. Alright, let's see. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I have plenty of Mora. I used a bunch of Star Glitter or Stardust or whatever to get Mora. Oh, look at that. I still have a lot of, like, 1-star weapons. I mean, it makes sense. I just did all those pulls. I should have just stopped the video right there. There's no point in watching further. I'm doing this on stream. Fuck it. We'll just keep going. Let's see how far we can take it, and that'll be the end of the video. Should I be locking some more Thrilling Tales? I feel like so many people want Thrilling Tales now. Even if you don't level them up, just R5 them. Okay, still have enough. Keep going. Make the video longer. Okay, now we're getting into the ore. Ah, I don't have enough. Hold on. Now we gotta actually... Alright, let's go ahead. I believe I can fly. Alright, there we go. Oh! I didn't equip it, because I'm stupid! Alright. Wow, man. Just wow. There it is. Okay, so we need to do it like this. So I need a bunch of these purples. Sucrose, hell no! Dory is actually the queen when it comes to getting weapon ascension materials and stuff like that. Craft. There we go. And then... No! Dory. Oh, I don't have shit! Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, God. Okay, I think I have enough. No, I don't have enough. It just doesn't want me to go past on, like, how many blues or whatever. Oh, shit. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing. Okay, let's see. I don't even know what it's called. Stardust. Exchange. There it is. It's this one, right? Deep Shadow. I can only get 16? Oh, but I can get the blues too. Okay. I was about to say. That's still not a lot, though. But we got plenty of Stardust, so... What a video this turned out to be. Okay, yes, we do all of these. Thank you, Dory, you got me another one. Okay, now I'm gonna use Sucrose. Give me the one more... Sucrose, yes! Ah! Alright, that's fine, Sucrose, I'm sorry, chill. That doesn't work for me. Okay. I have 2 of these blues. I need... Or 2 extra. So I don't have enough to even make another purple. Damn, man. Damn. I'm gonna have to go farming for those. Okay, for these... I farmed these on the regular. Sucrose, get out of there. Why do you keep showing up? There we go. Okay, that one's good. Now for this one. Ayaka? No. Mona? Yes. Thank you, Mona. Damn, that was a lot. Okay. Let's first spend those. I should have just ended the video already. What am I even doing? We got plenty of ore, at least. Fuck. Okay, well, that was quick. Okay, once again, Mona... Actually, let's do Ayaka here. Not like it'll matter if I even got an extra one, but still, I feel like that was the better choice. Okay, that's not enough. Oh, not enough. Okay, yeah, that's not enough. That's unfortunate. I don't think I can ascend the weapon. Or maybe I can only ascend it one more time. Let me see. Oh, it's exactly enough. Okay, cool. Wow. Is this something I could do today? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I could do that today. Well, shit. That's gonna be for later, or I'll just do it on stream. Wow. Okay, what a fucking pulling session. So I'm gonna look at my little notebook here because I was writing them down. Let's see. So from 40 to 50 pity, I got Tainari. And then I was at 7 pity, and then I did single pull, so I was 10 here. And then I got up to 50. So I think I was at 40 to 50 pity, and then I got Columbina. No, something, I didn't do something right here on my little check marks. Well, this would make it seem like I have 100 pity, but that was just 10 single pulls. So did I fuck up? Hold on. I got C2. Am I crazy? Or did I just not... what the fuck? I did get C2, though. Where's the... Can I scroll down to the... There it is. Yeah, I have 2. Okay. Did I do this right? Let me see. So I was at 0 pity, and I got up to 50 pity, or I did 5 10 pulls, and I got Tainari, and then I was at 7 pity. I did single pulls until I got to 10 pity. Then I did 10 pulls until I got up to 50 pity, and I got Tainari again. So it was 50... It was either 50 to 60 to get Tainari, and then 40 to 50 to get Columbina. Then I won the next 50-50, and I think I got that in 20 pulls, and I'm currently at 1 pity. So I must not have just been marking them down once I got to the 20 pity mark. Wow, man. And then the weapon banner, I had 5 pity. Got up to 10. Spent 30 pulls, and then got Raiden's weapon from 20 to 30. Did the single pulls necessary to get to the 10 pity, and then did the 10 pulls until I got up to 60, and then I did single pulls, and I got it at 63. Did I get early on every single 5-star? Even if it was 50 to 60 at one point, I think it was 40 to 50, and got Tainari, that's still early. Got Columbina, I never went to 70. Yeah, I never went to 70. This is the craziest pulling session I've ever done. For my account, anyway. I'm sure other people have done way better, but wow, that's... I mean, I don't know if you would call it lucky, but the fact that I didn't have to go all the way to hard pity ever, that was... Oh, I love Columbina. I'm just going to say it like that. That's the reason why. Let me know how your polls went. Leave a comment below if you'd like. I thank you for watching, and depending on when you're watching, have a great morning, afternoon, or night, and just remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and just have fun. And don't forget that despite what you've seen here today, you don't need to spend money to get good. Just practice and farm and farm and farm. If you really love this game, then you'll put in the time. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay, that's the end of the YouTube video, but I'm going to keep streaming. Alright, so let's see here. So Columbina, she is now looking at... So we have a level 70 weapon, and we're going to do some tests here. So I'm going to put her back on Prototype Amber. Alright. Actually, I don't have to do this. I can look at a previous video, because I do record when I do damage tests. So I can look at a previous video and see what my Nefer's damage was like. Oh shit, I took a bunch of screenshots, so maybe I don't have the video. I can only do 15. I have to actually go into my PlayStation menu to find the video. Fuck it, we'll just do the damage test live on stream. So, for those of you watching right now, if you've seen my streams before, you know that every time I go into Millie Astro Wonderland, it never fails. I get automatically muted the moment I enter Millie Astro Wonderland. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to mute myself? What the fuck? I'm gonna mute myself right now, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some tests. So enjoy the rest of the stream and enjoy my misery, or maybe not. I don't really feel miserable right now, except for my throat because I keep having to clear it. Yeah, enjoy the misery.
We'll discuss my fee afterwards.
Alright, I'm going to try to talk before it auto-mutes me. So, my expectation right now, without any constellations and without switching to Columbina's weapon, is that I will do over 19 million, but not quite 20 million. So, here we go in just a sec. Oh, I gotta blow my nose. Give me one sec. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this started.
For the everlasting forest, receive my... No more lies. Time to go clean. Can't hide the truth. The mystery unravels. Let's see the mix. Three moons converge. The Temple of Wisdom. With one heart, we pray. Lush. It all adds up. The deception ends here. A new moon rises. Just make her a little. Make yourselves at home. By the frost moon of old. Can't hide the truth. Let's see tomatoes. No more lies. The mystery unravels. It all falls into... Can't hide the truth.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up part of the rotation, so I didn't quite hit the 19 million. But this is fine. I think this is fine as a general damage test. I messed up one dash cancel. That would have been a difference of... Well, let's find... And it's auto-muting.
No more lies.
It auto-muted me again. Okay. So let's just find out what one dash cancel would give me. Just one. Alright, so I do this. Let's let all those numbers go bye-bye, alright? So, one dash cancel, or one dash attack, whatever, charge attack, gives me about 755k. Maybe a little bit less than that. So just overall... right around 750,000. If I had succeeded in getting 2 more charge attacks, which I have done when I like perfected the rotation, then we can assume that I would go from 18 million to 19 million, because that would have been 1 million, say 500,000 or 1,400,000. Depends on like how you stretch it. 700 times 2 is 1,400, right? But 750 times 2 is about 1,500, so it's like 1,500,000 more. So roughly 19 million, 400,000 to 500,000, if I did the rotations perfectly and stuff. So with that in mind, let's switch stuff. Whoopsies. I'm gonna exit Miliastra for this. Alright, now that we've seen what I can do at C0 Columbina with R0, let's check her Constellation 1. So Constellation 1, oh boy. Unleashing her elemental skill, Eternal Tides, will immediately trigger an effect equivalent to the effect of gravity interference. This effect can be triggered once every 15 seconds. Moonsign Ascendant Gleam. When gravity interference is triggered, if the lunar reaction type that has accumulated the most gravity for Columbina is Lunar Charge, your current active character will recover 6 energy. Ooh. Lunar Bloom. Your current active character's interruption resistance will be increased for 8 seconds. Interesting. Lunar Crystallize summons a Rain Sea Shield. The Rain Sea Shield's damage absorption is based on 12% of Columbina's max HP. Oh! You get a Hydro Shield. And then your lunar reaction damage is elevated by 1.5. Now that 1.5 might seem small, but believe it or not, elevated damage is calculated completely separately from every other damage type. So reaction damage, damage bonus, attack scaling damage, HP scaling damage, all that stuff, excuse me, all that stuff is calculated differently than elevated. So usually it goes by, okay, your character's stat priority. Okay, Columbina scales off of HP, so her base damage of her skill and bursts they scale off of HP. Her lunar reaction damage, the gravity collapse, and her charge attacks, they all scale off of HP. Columbina doesn't get any kind of damage bonus that would help her, or the team for that matter, because everybody is doing lunar-based damage, and lunar-based damage is considered reaction-based. So damage bonus, like charge attack damage bonus, hydro damage bonus, dendro damage bonus, does nothing in this scenario. So you're strictly going off of each character's ascended, or no, not ascended, scaled damage type or whatever. Like, okay, their attack scale off of this or that. So for Columbina, it's HP. For Nefer, it's EM. Then you have, your crit multipliers and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But then you have reaction-based damage. So lunar reaction being elevated, I think, is separately from lunar reaction damage bonuses. So if you have a reaction damage bonus, such as this one here, which for every 1,000 HP you have, the base damage of lunar reactions is increased by 7%. This is different from elevated damage still. So lunar reaction is kind of like the damage bonus of lunar damages or whatever. Like whenever you want to vape or melt, the more damage bonus and the more attack scaling damage that you have or whatever, depending on what your character is, like Mawika for example, then that's going to amplify it for that situation. And of course EM plays a part too. But just for the sake of damage bonuses, lunar reaction damage bonuses is different from elevated damage bonuses. So you calculate all these things out, then you apply elevated. So you already got a big number, then you apply the 1.5 elevated, and it just gets even bigger. So it's just another amplification, and it's not as small as you might think. So yeah, it does make a difference. It's generally not like the biggest difference, but it still does make a difference. So let's go ahead and get this, and let's do some tests. Again, I'm going to mute myself from here so that way I don't have to worry about auto-muting happening and stuff like that. Here we go.
No more. Grow! The Temple of Wisdom! By the Frost Moon of old. It all adds up. No more lies. Seek within.
Hold on, that's the second time that that's happened. I'm not gonna keep doing the test right now. I'm gonna wait. I don't know what's going on, but every time I do my first rotation, the second wave of charge attacks that I do with Nefer, I fuck up the second charge attack and it doesn't go off. And then I burst too early. I don't know why I'm messing up the animation cancel. So I'm gonna start over. Let's get a proper test because now I actually have to do the proper test. Before, I could assume what I would have had I done the rotation correctly. This time, I have a new addition. I have the elevated. Also, what the fuck? I was already at 252 DPS. What the fuck? Okay, let's keep this going. You know what? I'm just gonna stay unmuted until it mutes me. Also, sorry about the fan. I'm really hot. I need to turn it on. Here we go. I think I should burst and then skill for Nahida.
With one heart.
Yeah, that was better.
It all adds up.
There we go.
The mystery unravels.
The Temple of Wisdom.
For the everlasting forest. Lush is the... It all falls into place. No more lies. Seek within.
Oh, I fucked that up. I'm not supposed to skill and then burst with Columbina on the last rotation. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I shouldn't have been talking.
Can't hide the truth. It all falls into place. No more lies. The mystery unravels.
Ah, I fucked up so bad. Okay, no, I messed up. I dropped it. I messed up so bad. That could have been way better. Holy shit, though. That 19 mil came way easier. Llama, thankfully, she hit all her crits. So she actually, just by going off of Llama alone, she usually does about 1.2 million on this team, and now she's hitting 1.3 million. Is that the biggest increase? No. But considering that she's one of the lower contributors to damage and she's doing that much, it's kind of impressive. So yeah, her biggest hit was 360, before it was 350. So a little bit of an increase there. Columbina doing 18%. Or 3,400,000. I don't know what my cap was on Columbina. I had to go check those other videos that I made solely for myself to look at. Oh, I'm stupid! I am so stupid. Hold on. I do have a video that I can just go back to on YouTube. I have it muted, so why is closed captioning? Oh, because I refreshed everything. Okay. Alright, so let me just go to the end of the video here. And, oh wait, was this the one? This is a 3-minute video, and then I came out with a 1-minute video right after where I topped my damage even more. Okay, there it is. Yeah, my perfect rotation. Ah, what the fuck?
Emotions are like a raging torrent.
Why is my mouse being janky right now?
More often than not,
I think I might need to change the battery in my mouse or something, or clean the sensor. Okay, my top rotation with C0 Columbina was 19. Hey, Hoyoverse, go fuck yourself. Fix your goddamn Miliastra. Every single time it pisses me off. Every single time. Auto-mutes me at the worst moment. Okay, going back. My best rotation on Nefer, which I did post a video on YouTube, was 19,524,890 damage in 60 seconds. My DPS, I think this was the peak DPS, was 325,258, and this is C0, R0, Columbina, C1, R1, Nefer, and C2, R0, Lauma, C2, R1, Nahida. We can't act like Nahida isn't contributing in some way. my Columbina was doing 2,800,000, whereas now she just did 3,400,000. So even though I fucked up my rotation with Nefer, because I should have gotten 15,100,000, that's a whole million difference, my Columbina actually did 600,000 more. And then, okay, my Llama actually did the same. So she was doing 1,300,000, and now I did 1,300,000. I technically did a little bit more this time because it was like 311,000, and this time she did 319. So it could have been better. I think I just need to do better on the rotation. So we'll try it one more time, see if I can get that perfect rotation. I also need to remember that I have to do Columbina's burst before skill on the last rotation. That's it. This is the optimized, the hyper optimized, the 60-second time frame. Here we go.
With one heart, we pray. Lush, it all adds up. The deception ends here.
Make yourselves at home. Committed to...
By the frost moon of old, branch into... No more lies. Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Fuck, I did it again.
Sharing my knowledge. This may turn...
For the everlasting forest. The sea, it all adds up. No more lies. The deception ends here. It all adds up.
Nah, I didn't get it right. I didn't get it right. I was supposed to burst and then skill with Columbina, so I don't have to switch back and skill again. That way her skill has the most uptime. It was very close though. I got like the third charge attack off. I just didn't get all the hits from it, and I think I didn't even crit at one point. I don't even think that's possible for me to not crit on my Nefer, but anyways, she still didn't do 15 million. So I didn't do the best rotation possible. But as far as like even just not getting the second or third last charge attack off, she still did quite a bit. Also, I am now realizing that I probably used up all my llama quills on her first 6 charge attacks. So it's more than likely I would have only gotten about close to 300 or 400k more, not what I originally thought was like 700k for a full 3 charge attacks or something, or a single charge attack. Okay, just to give a little bit of context here. So I'm gonna do this again for those that haven't seen it yet. If you're just joining me, and now I'm gonna do a Nefer, and I'm gonna look at her damage. She's at 20,000, so 750. That's with like Llama's quills and stuff like that. Now, if I let Llama's quills go away, for example, let's just let everything reset. That should be enough time. So now I'm just going to do this, this. As we can see, that was way less. I wasn't even getting Llama's C1 or Nahida's C1. So, way less damage. It probably would have been better for me to still...
Can't hide the truth.
Let me just use up all my dudes as well. There we go. Okay. So it probably would have been better to at least use Nahida's burst and skill, so that way I could see realistically what my damage would have been, even without Llama's quills, but yeah. Okay, so probably not a full 750k at the end of the rotation. I'm going to try one more time, see if I can get this. Unfortunately, I have a bit of Verdant Dew built up right now. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, but we'll see.
No more.
Sharing my knowledge.
For the everlasting forest. The mystery unravels.
Committed to memory. Make yourselves at home.
With one heart, we pray.
It all falls to the truth.
Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
A moonlit night for all. Yeah. Share my knowledge.
For the everlasting forest. Branches. No more lies. It all falls into place. The deception ends here. Time to come clean. It all adds up.
Oh, I was so close. I just didn't have enough hydro application. I guess the extra amount of dew that I had built up right now and before that one didn't matter that much. I was so close. So freaking close. 70,000 away from getting 20 million. It's still better. Like my top, and I'm pretty sure I did something differently on that video that I made. Because I got all 3 charge attacks and all 3 hits of all 3 charge attacks, whereas this time I only got like the first hit of the 3rd charge attack at the very, very end of the rotation. But just to give some numbers here, damage differences here. So 15 million 100k last time, this time 15 million 200k. The big difference here was Columbina's self-damage, so she still did 200,000 more than 200,000 than she did in my video that I put on YouTube. And then my llama, of course, is still doing around the same that she's been doing as far as extra damage. So she's still contributing more than she did. Not by a whole lot, but she's still contributing more. So her cap was about 1.3 million or 1,311,000. Now she's hitting 1,352,000. So there's a little bit of a difference there, especially with llama's nukes. So the only thing I haven't tried testing yet, because I haven't been able to farm for this kind of thing yet, is getting llama on an EM circlet and hyper optimizing crit stats on her circlet versus just putting her on the crit damage circlet with crit rate and EM. So there's something I could test out in the future to see if she can nuke harder, but for now this is what I'm going to be dealing with until I have more chances to farm for that. I've been so stuck with farming Stellar Conduct. I think that's enough damage tests for C1. It's not even the biggest increase to her kit. C2, I think, is. But yeah, DPS, 332k at the end. Probably not the peak. It's auto-muting again. One more time. It's going to do it one more time. No, it didn't auto-mute me a second time. Alright, so 300... Oh, almost dropped my controller. 332 DPS... Probably... Oh, I just got a Twitch notification. I was like, did it mute again? Alright, so probably not the peak, but pretty damn good. And then 325,000 is where I was at peak before. So a significant increase, especially since every second matters in like Stygian or anything like that. I already dired Stygian, so this isn't that big of a difference. Like, it's not going to make or break my Stygian clear. But it is kind of cool to see like the difference. I really love this test dummy thing in Miliastra. I'm glad someone went through the work. I don't know. Went through it and did the work and made the test dummy. All right, here we go. Getting back to Miliastra or to regular world, and then looking at Columbina C2 hopefully without it auto muting me. Here we go. Okay, let's read Columbina's C2. Let's go ahead and get it. C2 achieved. Alright, rate of accumulating gravity increases by 34%. Whatever that means, I don't really know how that affects her. I'm sure I could figure it out if I really wanted to go in and do the numbers. I'm not one of those like calculator people as far as content creators go. I don't do calcs for this game. I'm pretty sure I could just go in and be like, oh, how many seconds does she get gravity ripples or whatever? Okay, so if I do 34% of that, how many more seconds do I shave off? Anyway, when gravity interference is triggered, Columbina will receive the Lunar Brilliance effect, which increases her max HP by 40% for... Okay! Okay, that's huge! I've been using an ER sans this whole time, and I always felt like I wish I had a better HP sans. Every time I see everyone else with a good Columbina build, they have an HP sans and they have great energy recharge because they have it on every one of their pieces, and I'm not that fortunate, unfortunately. But this, I'm surprised that there are C2 havers that don't use an energy recharge sans. So yeah, just an extra 40% HP, that's awesome. Ascendant Gleam. When Lunar Brilliance is active, if during the current trigger of gravity interference, the lunar reaction type that has accumulated the most gravity for Columbina is lunar charge, attack of your current active character increases. Great for Flints. Okay. Increased attack is equal to 1% of Columbina's max HP. I do want to do the numbers here. I actually do want to do the numbers here. So my Columbina has 32,159 HP. She is getting, let me see. How much, I gotta see how much flat HP I have, because then you just subtract it. Thankfully, it doesn't calculate, or maybe not so thankfully, it doesn't calculate flat HP before HP percent, so I just take her current total, excuse me, 32,159, and then subtract. So from the circlet, subtract 269. What the fuck? I fat fingered it, but I accidentally hit multiply right after I typed 269. Okay, so I don't have to retype it. Alright, Goblet, no flat HP here. Energy Recharge doesn't have any flat HP here on the sands. No flat HP or HP percent on her feather. Was this really the best feather for her? I guess so. Like, it doesn't look like I had HP percent. That's attack percent. What the fuck? Damn, yeah, I don't have any that have HP percent, so this is just her best one because of crit. And then the flower is HP, so 4780. So she's at 27,110. Now let's multiply this by 40% or times 1.40. So that increases her HP to 37. That can't be right. Hold on. I'm doing something wrong. I am doing something wrong. I think I was supposed to do all the HP percentages first. Yeah. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's do this again. So, okay, 27,110. Let me get another calculator up, just so I don't lose that number. I don't feel like writing it down. Okay, let's see if I do this right. So, 5.8. Okay, plus. No HP percent here. Okay, 4.7 plus. 46.6 plus. That's it. All right, and then plus 40%. All right, so 97.10. Or actually minus 40, because right now we're just doing 57.1. All right, so 27,110. That's her current HP. 27,110 without the flat HP bonuses and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and divide by 1.571. There we go. Okay, so her HP without the HP bonuses should be about 17,256, and there's no decimal points, but 0.52. Now, let's add the 40 again. So now let's take that and go times this should be 97.1. Because right now, without her Constellation 2, I'm at 57.1 percentage. So that would bring her to 34,012.60. And now let's add the flat HPs back. The flower, 4,780. Nothing on the feather. Nothing on the sands. Is it just the circlet and the flower? Yeah. And then plus 269. Alright. So hypothetically, she's going to be at... Oh my god, I'm so close. She's going to be at 39,061. Hypothetically. Or 62 if it rounds up. So 39,000... I'm sure there was an easier way to figure all this shit out, but that's where I might be at. Now let's go back to the constellation. So let's have fun with this. Attack increase 1% of Columbina's max HP. So 39,000 times 0.001? No, 0.1. No, wait, what's 1% in decimal? You take the damn decimal and you go 1, 2. Yeah, 0.01. So it's a 390 increase to attack. Not that much, actually. I mean, it's still a lot, but it's not as much as I thought it would be. Oh, fuck, I accidentally hit the volume thing on my keyboard. Yes, my keyboard has a little volume thing, but it's broken, so if it gets turned once, it keeps popping up on my screen. Alright, going back. So 39,000 HP. Let's look at the Lunar Bloom. The elemental mastery of your current active character increases. Increase the elemental mastery equal to 0.35 of ooh, that's kind of Alright, so decimal points move over by 2 zeros. So times 0.0035. That's 136.5 extra elemental mastery. And then the defense is 1%, so it's another 390 to defense. 136.5 is pretty good for my Nefer, who never quite reaches 700 without anything else. With Dendro Resonance, I think she's at 700. But just on her own, she's at 667. So this is going to be a really nice increase. She's going to be at... Dendro Res will give me, I think, a maximum of 70 or 80. Because when you do a bloom reaction, you get another 20 or 30. Unfortunately, aggravates cannot happen on Nefer teams, so Dendro Resonance only gives me a maximum of 70 or 80. We'll say 80 to, give the best case scenario. So it'd be at 747. Then Nahida's weapon gives 40 to everybody. So, what was that? So I was at 740, so 787. Did I do that right? 80 plus 667, 740. Yeah, so 787, and then Columbina, so 136.5. Oh boy. 136.5 plus 787. That's 923. And then Nahida C2. No, not C2. Nahida in general, she will give 250 EM based off of because it's based off of the person that has the highest EM, and then the active character gets a buff based off of being in her burst or whatever. So Nahida has 1,000 EM on the team, so she inherently will give Nefer 250. So plus 250. Then we look at Nefer's weapon. When equipping character unleashes the elemental skill, they gain the secret relies effect. EM is increased by 80, so plus 80. And then, when the equipping character deals Lunar Bloom damage to an opponent, they gain the Moon of Truth effect. Crit damage is increased by 24%. When both Secret Light's Moon effect or Truth effects are active, at the same time the results of both effects will be increased by 50%. Oh, okay, so then plus another 40. Alright, so my Nefer is technically at maximum buff, if I did all the math right, 1293.5 EM. Why am I doing all the math? Well, because the stupid test dummy doesn't show you your elemental mastery. It will show you energy recharge, even though you can't increase energy recharge. Technically you can, because you can just say, keep energy recharge full the whole time. But yeah, it's just... you can't increase or see elemental mastery in the test dummy. Maybe the other test dummies do, because there's more than one. But I'm just so used to using this specific one, so I have to do the math preemptively to figure all this shit out. But there you have it. Okay, so does Lalma also give EM with her constellations? I forget. I know she doesn't give it with her passives. Yeah, she gives crit stuff. Okay, and then this is Lunar Bloom reaction damage. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, so she doesn't actually give EM. She does Dendro and Hydro Shred. And then these Pale Him stacks, which are what we like to say the quills. Okay, so then Constellations. The birth, she will Threads of Light, there's time frames. I know that heals, but based off of Lauma's Elemental Mastery. Okay. And then this, under the burst, all from bloom damage based off of her Pale Him stuff. Okay. And then just Lunar Bloom damage is just increased by 40, period. Okay, yeah, so no extra EM from Lauma. We'll check one more time with Nahida. Make sure, I don't think any of her constellations give EM. Yep, this is just for the thing from her burst. And then this is burning hyper blah, 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 damage is increased. I forget that burning technically counts for this. So burning can crit with Nahida. I completely forgot about that. Within 8 seconds after being affected by Quicken or Spread, defense is decreased by 30. That's kind of cool if you fight an enemy that has an Electro shield, because then you hit with Dendro and you're technically doing Quicken or Shred, or Spread, and then you might get this. But I think it has to be with Nahida's skill. Alright, the crit rate and crit damage of Lunar Bloom. Yeah, so no EM share from that. It's just her burst, and here it is. You can get 250 from her burst. Because she's at 1,000. So that's it, yeah. I should be at 1293 EM on my Nefer if I calculated everything correctly, based off of Columbina's HP after her C2 effect goes off. Now let's do the final, or actually I would like to use her weapon, but let's do the final damage test with Prototype Amber. I am going to mute myself, starting now.
With one heart, we pray. The sick can't hide the truth. No more lies.
Of course my Lauma did not crit. Of course. That was actually a really good start to the rotation, and my Lauma did not crit. That's great. Alright, here we go again.
It all ends.
The Temple of Wisdom. Grow
For the everlasting forest. Luscious. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. The mystery unravels.
flame. A moonlit night for all. Sharing my knowledge. Committed.
By the frost moon of old. Branch into... No more lies. The deception ends here.
Green moons converge. Surge. The Temple of Wisdom.
With one heart, we pray. It all adds up. No more lies. Seek within. Can't hide the truth.
Well, I definitely hit more than 20 million. I can't believe I got that close to 400k DPS at the end. I don't know what the peak was. Thanks for auto-muting me again, Miliashra Wonderland. That was great. I love it. I love when that happens. It doesn't make me mad or aggravate me at all. It's totally something that I love it when people cut me off, and I love it when Miliashra Wonderland mutes my fucking mic. All right. Anyway, so Nahida, funnily enough, did more damage. She did about 30k more damage. Columbina. Okay, so again, going back to C0 Columbina, she was at 2,800,000. She is now doing 1,000,000 more damage. Nefer, my god. So my Nefer was at 15,114k. At like my best rotation. This time, this was definitely my best rotation. I got all 3 hits of the 3rd charge attack on the final thing, on the final sets of charge attacks. Like, you could tell because I had to wait to do her skill, so like there was some downtime there, but yeah, like I got all 3 of them off, and that's what matters. So 17,820,000, that's crazy. I'll never need this much damage, but it feels so good. Alright, and then Lauma, she was doing, again, at C0 Columbina, 1,300,000 damage. She is now doing 1,554,000. Her nukes, just for reference here, she was doing 357k C0 Columbina. Her nuke is now doing 430k, which is her hold skill. Can I do better? Again, I need to see if increasing her EM would actually make a difference here. Unfortunately, the test dummy doesn't have a way of increasing EM. It gives you the option, but then when you try it, it says, oh no, this doesn't work. So I have no way of just giving Lauma extra EM. Fuck off, Miliastra! Stop auto-muting me! Alright, anyway. Fuck me. Okay. So I have no way of knowing without actually like crafting a circlet and seeing if that will make a difference. If Lauma's EM like being increased further and having lower crit will actually make a difference. Like if I will do more damage. I could try to look up videos and see if anyone else has done it, or I could try to look up Llama builds and see if anyone is using the same setup as I am, where they use Silken Moon on Columbina and Llama is on like 2-piece EM or something. But most of the time when I look up Llama builds or when I look up videos, no one really has Llama on 2-piece. Usually they're not even using Nahida because they have C2 Nilu with Key of Kajnishut, and that thing gives a lot of stats. I think it gives EM based off of her HP, and they'll usually use Nilu on something like Instructor. And so that's just a lot of EM share for the team, and I think it's more than what Nahida can give with C2. I still think Nahida C2 is better than C2 Nilu with Instructor and Key of Kajnishut because it gives lunar crit damage, like lunar crit rate and crit damage. So I'm able to be at 50% crit rate with my Nefer because I have C2 Nahida. Otherwise, I would need to be at around 60% so that way I can guarantee crits all the time. Do I want this much crit rate? No, I would prefer to be at like 45 crit rate if I'm being honest. Like, I don't mind having like a little 5% gap. I like critting all the time, but I want more crit damage. But yeah, there we have it. So that's the best I can do right now with Columbina with Prototype Amber. But now I have her weapon. So I am curious if I'll be able to burst every rotation, seeing as how I have her weapon. So yeah, I think the way I will need to play it with her weapon though is I'll need to do Nefer's skill into Columbina burst and then skill versus skill then burst, because then she'll automatically trigger gravity collapse from her C1 or C2, and then she should get the 14 energy recharge like ASAP. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and exit this. Oh, I forgot to do it. I took a video, but I forgot to do a really, really wish it would stop auto-muting me. I really, really wish it would stop auto-muting me. Oh my god, stop auto-muting me! I should have just kept my shit muted and just went back to Tivat and just started talking there. Whoops! I fucked up. Ah, this is what I get for talking. I hate that you can't just exit the character screen. Alright, let's do this again. Failure! Alright, I have to go to the lobby and then switch her weapon. Alright, let's see if a level 70 weapon at R1 level 70 weapon is better than R5 level 90 prototype Amber. She's gonna lose HP, so that's gonna be a thing. So she's not gonna give as much EM to... Oh shit! All those I didn't calculate the HP correctly. I forgot about prototype Amber. Okay, shit. Well, all those tests that I did before, all that stuff about how much EM she would be giving, it was inaccurate because I didn't do the right calculation. Well, fuck me. Oh well. There we go. Let's see how I do. I'm gonna lock in, so I'm gonna stop talking now.
A moonlit night for all. Whoa. Make yourselves at home.
By the frost moon of old, receive no more lies. Time to come clean. Can't hide the truth. The mystery unravels. Time to come clean.
Converge. Sir, the Temple of Wisdom. Grow.
With one heart, we pray. No more lies. Let's see what you're made of. Speak with it.
A moonlit night for all. Make yourselves at home. Committed
For the everlasting forest. Receive. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of. The mystery unravels. It all falls into place. No more lies.
Okay, that was fucking terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I had so many fuck-ups that time. But I also noticed that I didn't have enough Hydro app for Verdant Dues. Hold on, let me get rid of this real quick. There we go. Okay. I also noticed that I didn't have enough Hydro application when I switched to Nefer from Llama. Like, I didn't have enough Verdant Dues to be able to do all the rotation. So that was kind of alarming. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, my Llama nuke is now lower by just a little bit. It's like 3,000 damage lower than it was before. But holy shit, Columbina is doing a lot more. Let me go look at her damage prior. So she was at 3,800,000. I did a quick recording of the last DPS test just now, or before, and now she's at 5,200,000, and that's with a scuffed rotation. So Columbina is contributing more. I didn't do as much on my Nefer, so let's try it one more time. This time I'm just going to do the regular rotation the way I remember doing it, so skill burst. Let's see.
It all adds up.
a new moon rises. The Temple of Wisdom. This way.
With one heart, we pray. Lush. No more lies. Let's see what you're made of. The deception ends here.
Surge. Three moons converge. Sharing my knowledge. Committed to...
For the everlasting forest. Branch into... It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you're made of. The mystery unravels.
A new moon rises. Whoa. Make yourselves at home. Grow.
By the frost moon of old. Luscious and no more lies. Time to come clean. Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean. within. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of.
That too was a scuffed rotation. Okay, so I couldn't burst on my Columbina right away. And then I fucked up again after Nefer's burst for... Stop auto-muting me! For some reason, I was trying to do a charge attack after Nefer's burst. I'm seriously about to throw my controller out the window if it keeps auto-muting me. Okay, I was trying to charge attack after Nefer's burst, but for some reason she just stood there. Like, I'm holding the button, and I was like, wait, did I do it too fast? So I think I'm pressing the button combinations too fast, or maybe there's like server lag, and it's not quite working. The weird thing is that I am at 5 ping or 5 ms, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just going too fast. I really don't know, but I was holding the button down and nothing was happening. So I'm gonna try one more time, but holy shit though, 394 damage peak. Let me check one more time what it was prior with Prototype Amber. It was 392 peak, so yeah, it's getting there. Alright, one more time.
With one heart, we pray. No more lies. Let's see what you're made of. It all adds up. The deception ends here.
A new moon rises. Whoa. Make yourselves at home. Committed
For the everlasting forest. It all falls into place. No more lies. Seek within. It all
a moonlit night for all.
God damn it. I'm just gonna stop right there. I am so pissed off right now because not only did I fuck up my last dash cancel. Oh look, I was able to use every single do. Not only did I fuck up my dash cancel right at the end there, I accidentally used Nefer's skill a second time because I was trying to switch to Columbina. If you don't dash cancel her last charge attack before you switch to Columbina, it won't switch to the character fast enough. I hit skill thinking I was on Columbina, but I was actually on Nefer. Technically, I hit burst then skill, but I wasn't even on Columbina yet. So I ended up using Nefer's skill. It's just like everything went wrong there. And I actually had a pretty good rotation. Like I tried something unique where I used Columbina burst skill and then one normal attack to get a little bit more Hydro app. Let's try it again.
With one heart, we pray. Can't hide the truth. Time to go clean. Time to go clean. The deception ends here.
A moonlit night for all. Share my knowledge.
For the everlasting forest. No more lies. Let's see what you're made of. It all falls into place.
New moons converge. Whoa. The Temple of Wisdom. Committed to...
By the frost moon of old. Deceive my... It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of. Can't hide the truth.
Nope. Nope. I don't know how I screwed up at the very fucking end, but no, that just... It wasn't working. I'm getting so annoyed right now. I don't know how I keep messing this up. Like, something keeps going wrong every single time I try this. Alright, one more time.
It all is. A moonlit night for all. Flame. Share my knowledge.
For the everlasting forest. Lush as the moon. Can't hide the truth. Let's see what you're made of. No more lies. The mystery unravels.
A new moon rises. So, make yourselves at home.
By the frost moon of old. Branch into set. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of.
I think I'm just gonna call it. I keep running into issue after issue after issue. I don't know what's going on, but suddenly, like, my dash cancels are too quick, or they're not quick enough. It's like I can't get this shit to work here. I'm not even gonna mute myself. I'm gonna try one more time here. I really want to end this stream on a good note, and I just come on, man. Just work for me, for fuck's sake.
Can I just...
A moonlit night for all. The Temple of Wisdom. Grow.
With one heart, we pray. No more lies. Seek within.
I fucked up again, but not that bad.
New moon rises. Wane. Make yourself at home. This way.
For the everlasting forest. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
I fucked up again because I thought I didn't crit on my llama, so I was gonna stop
Converge.
the whole thing, but oh well.
Share my knowledge. Committed to.
With one heart, we pray. No more lies. Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Okay, what is going on? Just do the damn attacks, man! Why does it keep doing this to me? God. There's always like something that doesn't work right, and it was at the very end. It's like, can I just catch a break, man? So my Nefer, once again, when she's done with her burst, she just stopped attacking. I'm holding the button down. I'm doing it like I do it every single time. I've gotten this down to a science. Is that a thing? Is that a phrase? Gotten it down to a science? I don't know. I got the rotation down to a point where it's like I shouldn't be messing it up. But for some reason, something keeps going wrong. Alright, here we go. One more time.
No more love.
A new moon rises. Grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
By the frost moon of old. Kill. It all adds up. The mystery unravels.
I'm not quitting. I don't feel like waiting and redoing all the buffs, and I'm just so sick of this shit. I'd rather just go through the loading screens, get a little bit of cooldown. I'm getting burnt out from this shit already and frustrated. So I'd rather do it this way. You know what? I'll even change the scenery. Boom. Alright. This is what? The performance grade map? Maybe if I am getting servant? Whoa. Server lag, maybe this will help. So here goes.
No more love.
New moons converge. Surge. Make yourselves at home. Grow.
For the everlasting forest. Receive my blessing. Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
It did it again. It did it again. So I'm holding charge attack, and then I wait for a certain amount of time, and then I burst. But this time, she didn't do the charge attack. She just didn't do it. Like, I could see her glow, but she just didn't do it, and she had enough verdant dews. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know why little mistakes keep happening, but I'm holding the fucking button down. Oh, God. Alright, here we go.
No more love.
A moonlit night for all.
What a way to ruin my mood.
This way through the level.
I'm stupid. I'm just stupid. That was me. That was all me. I was hitting burst without switching characters. That was all me. That was all my dumbass. Just, I'm tired. I'm actually just tired. This is just really pissing me off. Okay, here we go. Come on, please. Just give me the perfect rotation. Even if I miss the last charge attack. Just make it so that everything that happens in the rotation prior works. Just please give me that. Skill, normal. Skill, change, burst. Skill, Nefer, skill, charge attack, charge attack, charge attack, skill, charge attack. There it is again! Oh, she didn't have the do. Okay. I see the problem. Yeah. I think I know how I can fix it then. Yeah, I think I know how I can fix it. So I wasn't crazy. This whole time I thought, man, I just keep messing up one little thing every rotation. But now I know that I could have been doing something different right at the beginning. Also, I just fucked it up. I just fucked up again. Ah, shit. Okay, I know what I could have been doing differently that time. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of that little bit of verdant dew. Okay, I need to... Let's do this. I'm gonna do this. Hold on, can I do it like this? No, okay. So I'm gonna do one of these and just... So she's getting all the verdant dews. I gotta... Okay, one more. Let's just max it out. Alright, and now let's wait. Okay, and then let's get rid of all of them. Okay, so now she's back at 0. I think I know what I need to do. And I'm so used to doing it differently, but I think what I need to do in the very first rotation is burst after the first charge attack, not the second one. On the second set of charge attacks, anyway. I have to burst after the first one. This is going to be a rough adjustment, but we'll see if I can remember to do it. And I fucked up already. Because I just skilled burst on my Columbina. Fuck it, we're in too deep. Oh, okay, we got it. Didn't think I was gonna have enough energy, but I had it. So far, so good. Okay. We had enough to burst. That answers my question about prototype Amber.
The deception ends here. No more lies.
Okay, I didn't have enough to do that very last one. But hey, we did it! Oh my god! 408,000 DPS. And I still got the 17 million on my Nefer. Okay, so without Bina's weapon, I was at 17 million on Nefer. I'm still at 17 million on Nefer. I didn't get the last charge attack, but I'm still at 17 million. And on top of that, Columbina is now at 5 million. And she still doesn't have a maxed out weapon, so she could have a little bit more. Okay. That answers my question. So I'm going to Tiva. Give me a second. Tevat, whatever. Tired of this stupid Miliestra bullshit. I hate Miliestra so much because it cuts me off all the time. I feel like Miliestra Wonderland is like some elderly person that I'm trying to explain something to, and they just keep interrupting me by asking me questions while I'm trying to explain the thing that they asked me a question like 5 seconds ago, and I have to keep repeating myself over and over and over again because I keep getting cut off before I can answer the fucking question, and then they get sidetracked and ask me something else, and I have to answer with something else and get a new answer, and then I have to go back and say, okay, going back to the point I was trying to make before that you first asked me about, stop cutting me off, you stupid bitch! That's Millie Astro Wonderland in a nutshell. It's a fucking terrible customer. God. Stop auto-muting me. Stop cutting me off. Stop pissing me off. This was a good fucking day, and you ruined it. Alright, anyway, going back to what I was saying before. It answered my question about Prototype Amber. The energy cost. So I fucked up the rotation by using Columbina's skill before her burst. The bright side is I was able to use all of Nefer's charge attacks that I normally would before bursting, because the whole point of bursting with Nefer isn't for the damage, it's to give yourself some downtime to allow for the verdant dews to accumulate. And her burst does dendro damage, so you're still applying dendro and doing damage more than, say, just hitting him with like a normal attack or something. Like, you could just go bam, 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 and just do a few normal attacks, and you apply some dendro. But it's better to just burst. The verdant dews naturally regenerate. It's not like, oh, each amount of dendro you apply is just automatically giving you more verdant dew. They just automatically regenerate at a certain time frame, like within a certain limit or whatever. So having that burst downtime actually allows for the verdant dews to go up while you're sitting through an animation. So it's kind of like a, oh my god, my keyboard's doing the thing again that I just called out earlier. Stupid fucking volume thing. Alright, so yeah, that's why it's so important for me to burst on Nefer. So what I was going to do, I'm just going to say the rotation out loud. Nefer, skill, switch Columbina, burst, skill, normal attack if I can weave it in. And then switch characters, Nahida, burst, skill, switch characters, Lauma, burst, hold skill, Nefer, skill, charge attack, charge attack, charge attack, while dash canceling in between. So charge, dash, charge, dash, charge, dash. Skill, charge, burst, not dash. Charge, dash, charge, dash. Switch characters, Nahida, Columbina, burst, skill, rinse and repeat. That's basically the whole thing. This allows for enough Hydra application to create verdant dews, hopefully, by bursting after the first charge attack in the second set of charge attacks that Nefer will do. And then every rotation after, you should be able to revert back to the normal amount, which is charge dash, charge dash, charge dash, and then skill, charge dash, charge, burst, charge dash, switch characters. That's how it should have been, but I kept messing up the rotation, and I kept thinking something was wrong, like server lag or something, and maybe there was, I don't know. But I did notice at the very least, oh shit, I didn't have a dew, and when I tried to do a charge attack, she started glowing. Like, Nefer glows when you hold her charge attack when you don't have any verdant dews, because then she goes into that weird running animation state, even though she doesn't run faster. And that gives you more verdant dew regeneration. So long as there's dendro and hydro application being done, then this will like create the verdant dew faster. And so I was empty, completely empty, so it wasn't fast enough. And when I thought I was done holding the charge attack to do her normal rotation, she hadn't even started the charge attack yet, and I went into her burst, which was now creating like too much extra time wasted, which was frustrating me because I was like, wait, why didn't she charge attack? So that's what it was. You can't see it live, like as you're doing it. Sometimes you just have to play it back, but I finally managed to catch it. I don't know if that was always the case, or if there was some server lag here and there, or if I was just messing up with the buttons, but I was pretty confident that I was not messing up the buttons. You saw the rotation, you saw how consistent I was when I was using Prototype Amber on my Columbina, so that's a huge, I don't know, that's a huge, how you say, outlier? No, that's A huge sign? I don't know. Just something that shows that, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, I'm happy with this. 400k DPS. I snapshotted it. I'm going to send that to my buddy. 408k DPS with my Nefertiti now. Wasn't planning on getting Columbina's weapon, but even at level 70, it added quite a bit. I was very surprised. I might even give the weapon banner a little bit more of a better ranking now. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm really not. I will say this though, I do miss having more HP on my Columbina. Like, giving her prototype Amber, we can see she's above 30,000. She's at 32,000. With her weapon, she's at 27,000. She automatically gets 10%, but she gets another 14% when she triggers the effects. I just got chills. So it's unfortunate that that's how it works. But it is what it is. So, yeah. What an interesting turn of events. I do still feel like I can refine the rotation a bit by doing burst skill first rotation, and then maybe I can do skill burst second rotation, and then burst skill third rotation. Maybe that's how I have to play it. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to figure that out off stream. I would like to go to bed. I have to open tomorrow, and it's kind of late. So, for those of you that are watching, thanks for sitting through my crash outs earlier. I'm sorry for crashing out so much. Fuck Millie Astro Wonderland and its auto-mute bullshit! Seriously, though, thanks for being here. For those of you watching, depending on when you're watching, have a great morning, afternoon, or night, and just remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and just have fun. Don't crash out like me. And when it comes to these gacha games, don't forget, you don't need to spend money to get good. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Good night.